What do you think of when you think about poetry? For many, the word conjures up images of esoteric words strung into a combination, concealing profound and ineffable truths. For some, the word brings to mind visions of unshaven men and liberated women who sip lattes by day and whiskey by night. But for the few, the very few, poetry is the lifeblood of the world. It is the lantern that guides us through the dark, dark woods. Who are these people? These poets? Who are these wizards who hold infinite truths in their mouths? Who are these poets? These gods who pour forth pure ambrosia from their lips and pens? Who are these warriors of truth? To get a better idea of who these poets are, we arrived at this basement, where a group of young and talented poets have gathered to learn from each other, and from this man, Dr. William J. Jackson, Esquire. Dr. Jackson received his doctorate in Lithuanian Expressionist Dystopian Allegory from Columbia University, and now heads up what those in the artistic community call a workshop. Dr. Jackson is training his 5 young pupils to write pieces of art that are not only profound, but will crush the poetry of others in a poetry competition, which word artists lovingly refer to as a poetry slam.
Now this is the important part of today. If you listen to anything, listen to this. Be edgy. Stick to words that hurt. Your audience wants to be f***ed with. They're like little fish in a tank. Every fibrillation of their gills screams silently. F*** with me. Screw with my head. I am an innocent little fish, and I need to understand what is outside of my tank. I am a stupid, bad fish, and I need to be taught a lesson. Oh, they don't understand what you're saying, but they love it nonetheless. Oh, they love it. Oh, one day they'll understand. They'll understand one day.
The next portion of their practice involves writing a piece spontaneously. However, the process of distilling truth from experience takes time and energy.
Read! Only by reading great, enduring pieces of art can you produce your own. That's it. Nurse your anger. That'll get you somewhere.
I can't do it.
Of course you can. What's the matter?
I guess I'm just not angry enough. I can't think of anything to write.
Look me in the eyes. Did you have breakfast this morning like I told you to?
Yeah, I did.
Well, at least that's a start. But what did I tell you earlier tonight? Don't harvest your brain for poetry. It must erupt from your hara.
Breakfast.
Looks like she got it handled. Moving right along. Wake up! There's no sleep on my watch. You better get cracking on that goddamn poem or your ass is going to be mine.
Got a handle, Captain. No worries. You write what you know, right?
You think you're going to win with this crap? I wouldn't even wipe my own dog's ass with this shit. T.S. Eliot is rolling in his grave. More alliteration. Less is more. Look surly. Never accept compliments.
The raw angst in this room has reached a fever pitch. Look, I'm beginning to sweat. Do you see that? Look! It got more intense. My heart pounded when Professor Jackson agreed to give us a very special treat. A private poetry reading for me and my crew.
They speak. They cry out in the night from their perch upon the mantle. They drip. They drip blood like secrets, and it seeps into the rug, where my dog laps it up night after night. An unholy communion. I can never know the secrets of the severed heads, but my dog knows. He knows.
Men. Men at work. Men. Girl, you are like a black frying pan, or an old woman bathing in processed cheese. Girl, you make me feel like I'm swimming. And in spite of that big greasy mole on your crepe paper face, your laugh reminds me of marshmallows. And I like that. Don't you slap me like that, bird woman. Stings like FDS. And it leaves in my mouth the taste of those crazy grapes growing underneath your porch. Now, soup.
8:30 a.m. on a Sunday. A gas house benediction. As the sunny side rises to an overhard dawn. Eggs. Give me ham, salt, ketchup, pepper, steak on that incredible edible egg.
There is no life here in the stark sunset on this lonely road. I wait until Jesus raged out of the sun in a blue Aston Martin on a highway made of fire. He bade me hop in, so I did. Jesus, don't touch my stuff. Never before had I felt as saved as when the Lord rescued me as I sweltered in the summer sun dreaming of water, and he took me to a hotel on the edge of Barstow. Never before had I felt so pure and clean as when the Lord God came unto me, and then handed me a towel, and a breath mint, and his pager number. He never calls me back.
Amazing. Poetry at work. Now tell me, Dr. Jackson, are you proud of your fresh, talented young students?
Yeah, it's about as good as you get these days with these hotshot kids. Not the same talent as we had in the old days, though.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, back in the day there was innovation, true creative spirit. People wanted to do things differently, improve on old forms. Now it's just a bunch of pissed off kids, drinking down popular media like whiskey, spitting out recycled ideas that we're all sick of hearing. There's no meaning to it. It's almost embarrassing.
Well, and if it doesn't satisfy you, then why do you do it?
Pays the cocaine bill, doesn't it?